All the industrial and retail projects that you see in this area have for the most part, I'm going to say 95% of it has been done with local contractors.
It took a high level of expertise to build the greatest constructions of the Ohio Valley, and that's what Project BEST is all about.
From Youngstown to Marietta, we've been the best at what we do, our contractors and local labor. There's no reason for any new industry, especially in the energy industry, to not use local contractors and local labor.
Project BEST has the experience, the knowledge, and the tradition of putting together the finest contractors, craftsmen, and tradesmen to achieve excellence.
They can do the Marcellus Shale type work. They can do all the industrial work, check the valley and look at the buildings, the roads, the dams. They've done it all.
Perhaps no industry in the Upper Ohio Valley presents more opportunities for employment and economic growth than the energy industry. And yet, migrant contractors and workers are doing most of the drilling, processing, and transportation of the natural gas in the Marcellus Shale.
This is the first time that there's been an influence from the outside move into the area to do a different type of industry expansion and not utilize local contractors.
Some companies claim the local contractors and workforce do not have the expertise to do the energy projects. Such claims are simply unfounded.
This is just another cycle in the energy business, and we did it before. If we did the first and second time, we can do it the third time.
Oh, these energy jobs are nothing new to us. We've been building the chemical plants and the powerhouses, and that's basically what these are. These are just huge piping systems and concrete systems that process this natural gas.
Well, most of the contractors in the area go back 2 and 3 generations. So we're very experienced. We have a pool of skilled employees here. I'd match them against anybody in the country.
That includes the energy industry, laborers, the pile drivers. They've been drilling and doing stuff in this area for years. I mean, the gas industry and oil industry has just beginning to boom, but if you've lived in this valley for a long time, you've seen that there's been gas rigs around here for a while. And with that, with all the crafts having different training facilities, when something new comes to an area, every craft is ready to make the adjustment on something that they might be lacking in.
We've helped build the valley. We can help build anything.
Not only should we have these jobs because we're local, but we are some of the best in the country.
We can do the energy industry projects, and the reason being is how well trained our people are. Project BEST passed a code of excellence. We don't want drugs on the job. We don't want problems on the job. We're out there to get the project done under budget and on time.
Yeah, well, the energy companies such as AEP, First Energy, Bear Corporation, PPG, they've all had a great relationship with local contractors and local workers.
We built the Cardinal Powerhouse. We built the Mitchell Powerhouse. You know, that was a $1 billion job, and you know, we got nothing but accolades off from that job because of the performance.
It just always made good sense to me in terms of dollars and cents to use local contractors employing local building trades craftsmen to do the work in this Upper Ohio Valley. Our contractors are highly qualified, they're ready, willing, and able. They can do construction management, value engineering, you name it, they can build it.
We have continuous training. We have a 5-year apprenticeship program, but we have a journeyman upgrade training. Anyone that comes to us and says they need people trained for their particular type of work, we find the instructors and we make sure our people get the training.
That's why our projects come in under budget and ahead of schedule. The most cost-effective construction is best construction.
I think if they hired us on a job basis and not a unit pricing, and more toward what the total cost of the job would be, I think we would be more competitive, and I think they would find out that they got a superior product in the end.
This is the most profitable portion of the natural gas drilling process, is this wet gas sweet spot. And with a skilled workforce and with plenty of skilled contractors that can do that type of work, to be completely ignored by the industry and just be run over to get to the wealth is completely inexcusable.
I'm a married father of two, and when union labor doesn't get hired to work for these gas companies, it hurts our local economy because the money being made is being spent out of town.
Local contractors mean that the local wages, the local taxes, all those monies stay here. They don't go out of the area. It's better for our healthcare delivery systems, for medical and benefit funds, better for our financial institutions in terms of pensions and annuity funds, better for every business in the valley.
Within this particular industry, it seems like they're more transient, and they don't care if local people are part of the process or not. It's more like, well, we'll just come in and do it as cheap as we can. If we can fill up the hotel rooms and the local restaurants for a while, then fine. But at the end of the day, once we've gotten what we want, we're going to leave, and what's left is left.
The people that's coming from other areas to do this work are taking their money back home with them, and that's not good for our economy.
It's imperative that these companies that are utilizing out-of-town construction companies and out-of-town workforces, out-of-country workforces in some cases, start using local workers and local contractors to build and to dig and to drill and to process the Marcellus shale and Utica shale gases that have all the liquids in them that need to be processed.
Well, we have the best welders, best pipeline people, excavators, laborers. They can do anything that the gas industry needs.
I believe that they know we have the expertise, or you wouldn't see companies using us. You know, some of the companies are utilizing the local workforce. The people that we're working for gave us an opportunity to listen to this argument that I'm making with you today, and to weigh the pros and the cons, and saying, hey, maybe there is something to being a good corporate neighbor. Maybe there is something to having a viable workforce in the areas that we want to do business. Maybe there is something to leave something behind as far as good wages and good jobs, and not destroy a whole industry by bringing in a transient workforce. Let's just face it, that some companies aren't as greedy as others.
So contractors coming in, bringing people from the south, or lowering the area standards and working for less money. I'm sure that could be fact-checked.
Any area that has to rely on transient workers and transient contractors to build an area, you'll see a dying area. You lose the good paying jobs of construction owners and their businesses, from some secretarial staffs to estimators to purchasing people. So it's very important to maintain good contractor bases as well as good skilled craftspeople. It's not a problem of not having the skills or not having the contractors that can do the work. It's the problem of finding the right person within the industry that'll listen, and they'll give the opportunity to local construction companies and local craftsmen to do the work.
The difference is we've been here for years doing our expertise here. The people coming in from the south, who knows what their capabilities even are. And one thing that we do know for sure, they're not going to keep and spend the money here.
It strictly boils down to, do these companies care about the Northern Panhandle and the people who live in it? Or do these companies care about strictly coming into the Northern Panhandle, getting as much profit out of it, and what happens to the local community happens to the local community. It's not about a healthy profit. They can make a healthy profit using local contractors, local workforce. They choose not to do that because they're so greedy they want to make as much as they can, and they don't want to share any of that wealth that they don't have to share. And whoever have to exploit, or ever how they have to go about doing that, they do not care. It's all about Wall Street. There's nothing, nobody cares about Main Street anymore.